Greetings, Star Trek Fleet Commanders. I am the Angry Rhino. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. So today I'm going to talk about this event that populated at noon, this Q's Heroic Challenge SMS, and it's going to get 2 thumbs down and 2 middle fingers up. Yeah, that's right. Been a minute. Another episode of What Was You Thinking? I get that you want events like this. I understand that. I mean, of course you are. You're going to want people to spend money. But what really pisses me off and gets me asking, what the hell were you thinking? Is when you have this event that populates, and yes, the objective is to use independent schematics, the fancy little currency to upgrade your independent archives. But what happened either was it yesterday or the day before this event populated, Independent Archive Rush SLB. Now, what do you think that is? Oh, spend independent archive schematics or archive data shards. Now, this event, yes, does give you the ability to score points by using the archive data shards, but at the same time, who doesn't look at this event and be like, oh, now the event's up, now I can spend my independent archive schematics. Yes, both these events were on the schedule. Should have seen that they were on different days. It's our fault if we didn't, I guess. Sure. At the same time, is that not intentionally misleading? Maybe not misleading, but is it done intentionally to get people to use a bunch of their schematics before the heroic SMS? Is it? Because what were you thinking when you decided to not have both these events start on the same day? I mean, it's obvious. You wanted the most money possible. You wanted the other event to start first to get people, let's say, lull them into a false sense of security and be like, oh, now I can spend those currencies. So they go and spend them, and then this event populates and be like, well, shit, now I don't have enough currency to finish this event. I mean, come on now, what were you thinking? Were you really thinking you should screw people over like that? I kind of understand that is a certain way to do business. I'm never going to like that way of doing business. To almost purposely screw people over so they will go to the store and buy the unscrew. Actually, I do remember my camera was slightly off. Scooch it over a bit. Not too far, but yeah. Alright, this should be right. Just kind of a little bit of OCD there for me. What the hell was I talking about? Oh yeah, these 2 events here. And while I could probably be okay with it, right? Because the one, I don't know. I mean, I guess I could never actually be okay with it because it doesn't even just screw over the free-to-play players. It screws over spenders. Like, even big spenders, it screws them over. Really? You're going to screw over the people that are actually paying your salaries. I kind of get screwing over the free-to-play. I kind of get that. For the sake of making money for the company. Because that's kind of your jobs, right? But what were you thinking when you thought, oh, let's actually screw over the players that have been paying us? That makes sense, right? No, it doesn't. Because how does that not now get a bunch of spenders to say, fuck off? Do you want that? I mean, apparently you do. You feel like the more you piss them off, the more they'll spend your money. I mean, I guess. And I guess one thing that really pisses me off about this is come here and look at this fancy-ass currency right here. Q Continuum Engagement Token. A message that popped up on from official was, if you notice the calendar, that there is no spend materials to gain Starfleet Q shards this weekend or next weekend. It was just for the first of the 3 weekends of this arc here. something they're trying out, is a even more exclusive event. Even more exclusive. Like the spend materials event isn't exclusive enough. Wow. Because, yeah, everybody unlocks the epic every time. Come on, man. Whatever. You need this Q Continuum Engagement token number 2. I don't know what Q Engagement token number 1 did. You need this token to be able to participate in whatever Starfleet Q event is coming this weekend. What is it? I have no idea. Excuse me. If I was on the calendar, I missed it. But apparently it is some super exclusive event. And so exclusive that you almost got to be a spender or a super hoarder to even get in this. Because, yeah, you need 260,000 points. Well, I mean, if you divide 260,000 by 100, it could be 2,600 schematics. Were you able to get 2,600 schematics free to play? I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm sorry I wasn't keeping track of that. My bad. What these tool bags were thinking. But let's just... Actually, let me call this ships so he doesn't get blowed up. I do want to kind of go through the event real quick. See... Which one of these dumb things do I want to speed up? I don't really want to speed up any of them, but I don't really give a shit. Yeah, I mean, I'll just spend this stuff. I don't care that much. There's my Sigma speed ups, but I'm not. It's only a few of them. It's fine. Now, based on my math, and assuming my math is correct, it's 2,600 of these schematics to be able to complete the milestone. So let's go spend 1,160. We'll see how many points I get. I get 116,000. Is that correct? That looks to be correct. Get through all these other dumb things to get to, 3 things. I want to get to the thing I want to get to. Thank you. Somewhat annoying sometimes. So yeah. I mean, it's doable for me. I don't know how many things that schematics you were able to get. There were some in the Battle Pass, but not 2,600. So what were you thinking when you're like, oh, we're going to take a staple event and we're going to make it even more exclusive than it was? Because even free-to-play could participate into it to a certain extent, right? Now, to me, it sounds like they can't. Of course, at the same time, what was I thinking for not even making sure that free-to-play can't? Can free-to-play get 2,600 of these schematics? Oh, I wanted to stay in that screen. How many Doojabob things did they give us? 540. I don't know. How many do you get a day? How many of these dumbass things did we get a day? Oh, I can't even... God forbid I'd be able to go in and look at this damn building. What were you thinking when that? You're making all these quality of life improvements, but you're making all these buildings actually do something. But if you're starting the build of the actual building, you can't go into the building to see what, goodies and features it has. What are you thinking about not fixing that? Okay, just to say archive shard free claim. Well, how many daily stupid ass schematics do we get? It doesn't even tell you, does it? It doesn't even tell you. I have no idea. Does it tell us over here? Over here in the building resources. Independent archive schematics. Used to upgrade the independent archives. Oh, okay. I have no idea how many I get. I don't know. So maybe it's my fault for making a big deal out of nothing because free-to-play can do this. Of course, that is assuming that you didn't spend them all yesterday. Or hell, even 11 o'clock this morning. Yeah. Because that still does piss me off. I mean, what were you thinking? You're like, oh, we're going to start this one leaderboard right now, and everybody's going to spend all their schematics. And then we're going to screw them over because we're going to hit them the next day and be like, yeah, now what? Buy more packs, bitches. Because otherwise, what else could it be, right? Had to be that. Nonsense. Yeah, I mean, it's only a couple days and I got shit tons of speed ups and I'm barely using them. Because half my buildings went, what's it, Bob Jig dumbass shits. Alright. I mean, did I finish it with the... I don't even know how many I spent already. Well, I didn't get the thing here. Oh, I gotta get another... some other dumbass event. Yeah, see, I spent 240,000. Because that's another thing. You have to have the slots for the 200 or the 2600, right? Because I only need another 20,000 and I get the thing for it. But if I only had 1330 or if I only had 1320, I couldn't do this. That's another annoying thing about it. Alright, so I did it, apparently. Right? I got my fancy little Q engagement token. Hopefully, you all can get yours. Hopefully you can get it free to play. Kinda feel like maybe 400. We getting 400 of the schematics a day? I don't know. I feel like that sounds about right. So maybe if you were able to stockpile for a few days, I mean, what? 6 days is 2,400. Okay. Plus maybe the battle pass from a few days ago. Sure, you could potentially have 2,600. But can you start enough builds to actually spend at least 2,600? Because it's not going to be even. That's the thing, right? Excuse me. It's not going to be even. So I don't know what they were thinking there. Given some other way, like the way the leaderboard. Like, why isn't it like the leaderboard? The trick is engaging with the independent archives. So what were you thinking when you didn't add that extra thing in there? Because you could have 3,000 independent schematics. Doesn't mean you actually use them. But yet, the player has the right amount of currency, but yet can't get the reward. And then therefore can't participate in another event. Just seems shitty. I don't know what they were thinking there. Just seems real shitty to limit player engagement like that. And you know what? It especially pisses me off because I can't even go in it. How do you go into independent archive? Actually, you know what? Go to the independent archive that way. Sometimes there is a backdoor for some of these buildings. Sometimes there isn't, but sometimes there really is. So there's a backdoor for the archive. They put the little button up here next to the refinery. They took away the command refine because of this little Lorca icon down here. Or not necessarily Lorca. It's for who's in your first seat. You have a little first seat button here. So when you're upgrading this building, you can't even click on the building like that. And the little button at the top goes away. At least pretty sure it does. You have another button here. See, there is a back door into some of these buildings. Some of them, I think more of them need it. Anyway, that's going to wrap this video up. To summarize, apparently there is going to be a weekend event for Starfleet Q. It is not going to be a material spend event like we have usually been seeing, there is now a fancy-ass token that you have to use to get into this event. And you got to spend at least 2,600 independent archive schematics to be able to get this new token. Yay. Wonderful. Comment below. If you are a free-to-play player, how many independent archive schematics are you getting a day, and how many have you accrued over this arc? And are you able to finish this heroic milestone? And by all means, please comment if you think I'm ridiculous for telling these people they suck for making the events the way they did here. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I am the Angry Rhino. Shields up, Commanders.